Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. Today is TV Show Thursday. So, to keep on going with my Barbara Hershey week, I decided to review something I wouldn't normally watch. I decided to review the new A&E series Damien, solely because Barbara Hershey stars in it and decided to give it a chance. I usually don't like scary movies or TV shows because they're scary and I'm afraid to get nightmares. So the show was quite intense. It was very interesting to say the least. It starts off with Damien being this photographer in Syria and taking these pictures, and he sees this girl, I guess it was his ex-girlfriend, and something happened between them, and you see that a lot of the people in Syria are about to get deported somewhere else, and Damien sees this older lady and she just goes up to him and says, "This is all for you." And I'm like, that lady is just very creepy. And the press is deported and Damien ends up going back to New York, and he wants to try to get back to Syria to find this woman because this woman also brought back memories from his childhood that nobody knew about. And when he's back in New York, here enters Barbara Hershey and her character Anne. She introduces herself to Damien and tells him that she's always been there for him, like she's always been in the shadows, and she thought this was time to introduce herself. So I'm very curious to see where Barbara Hershey's character is gonna go. I want to see what more there is to her character. I'm sure there's more story to tell. And his ex-girlfriend Kelly is trying to she thinks that he might be the Antichrist, and they go to this guy's house that knew Damien's father in the past, and he's telling him all these things about the Antichrist, and Damien starts thinking, like, is this really happening to me? And the guy that they visited, which I didn't quite get that scene at all, but he ended up being mauled by this pack of dogs. Like, they just started eating him. Like, holy cow, this is like scary and thrilling. Like, I knew something was gonna happen because the dogs were just sitting outside the house, but oh my gosh. And then Kelly and Damien go back to his house, and it looks like she wants to start things up with him again, but he doesn't want to, and she tries to go home and start her car, but it's stuck in the mud. And the next thing you know, it's almost like the mud turns into quicksand in a way, and she ends up sinking in it. And even though Damien tries to save her, his efforts weren't good. She ended up dying, and um, after that, he goes to this church after she died, and he's yelling at the statue of Christ and saying, "Why have you done this? What did I ever do to you?" And when he goes up and touches the statue, the whole thing crumbles and falls down, and Damien runs out of there, and he sees the old woman that he saw in Syria, and he is like saying, "What are you doing here?" And she rips out some of his hair. I'm like, first of all, you do not put your hands on Bradley James and that Prince Charming. And I'm wondering, why did she do that? And these guys thought that Damien was going to attack the lady, and when he goes home, he sees the chunk of hair that the lady pulled out reveals the number 666 on his head. I was like, oh my gosh, now he's starting to put like two and two together. And what I found the most horrifying thing out of the whole episode is that the pictures that Damien has took in the past, that old lady is always there, and that old lady is in like a corner or is just hidden behind there. I'm like, holy cow, like that is probably the thing that scared me the most about the episode. And I kind of got the vibe that that lady was very creepy to begin with, but now I'm like, oh my god, I was literally on the edge of my seat there. I was like, this is, it's scary, but it's a really good show. I might have to watch it again next week. So I'm really curious to see where the series goes. I want to see more of Damien and his character, and if he embraces himself being the Antichrist or if he tries to go against what is expected of him. I'm looking forward to Barbara Hershey because, as you know, I'm a Barbara Hershey fan, and I'm curious to see what her character is all about and what her story is, because I know there's definitely more to the story there, and there's definitely more to be told. So I'll probably give Damien another try. I definitely think it's worth watching. If you want to watch Damien, it is on Mondays on A&E at 10 p.m. I hope you enjoyed this little Damien review slash recap, and I hope you can catch Damien. Until next time, stay regal, and remember, it's all for you.